Sir, my name is Emily Duarte. Today I will be speaking about the 2 out of 6 general education competencies. The two I will be speaking about are information literacy and oral communication. The information of the definition of information literacy is the ability to identify, retrieve, evaluate, organize, cite properly, and use a wide range of resources. The example I'll be using for information literacy is my research paper for my psychology adult development and aging class. It's about the brain and its parts and its function. This is the introduction of the research paper. Have you ever stopped and think about how are you able to remember the way to your job every day? Why do you breathe without you ever thinking about it? Where do thoughts come from? The answer to all these questions comes down to your brain. The brain is in charge of all of these actions and a lot more. This three-pronged organ is the place of knowledge, translator of senses, engineer of body movements, supervisor of behavior. It is known to be the most complex element of the human body. For hundreds of years, scientists have been fascinated by the brain and its functions. Discoveries have shown that much of the brain's physiological duty involves receiving information from the rest of the body, processing the information, and then guiding the body's response to it. The brain acts as the boss of your body. With the assistance of numerous nerves, it runs the show and controls everything you do, even when you're asleep. These nerves, known as neurons, are the basic level of structure in the brain and influence. Within the body, I was also able to do citations, sources, and give numerous sources as well. It reads, how do neurons surface inside our brains? The majority of neurons are already existent by the time we are born, and there are evidence to sustain that neurogenesis, birth of neurons, is a lifelong process. Right here's an citation as well. Neurons are created in the part of the brain that are high in concentration in neuroprecursor cells, also named neural stem cells. These cells have the ability to produce the most or all of the several types of neurons and glia found in the brain. Chutler, 2015, this is an citation as well, states that neuroscientists have studied the behavior of precursor cells in the laboratory. Even though it might not be exactly how these cells behave inside the brain, it helps us with information on how they could be behaving inside the brain. The knowledge of stem cells is still very young and have a chance of evolving with more discoveries. However, with the recent studies, the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, 2015, have gathered information that can explain how the neural stem cells produce the brain's additional cells, which is called stem cells lineage. I also included my works cited page, which gave a wide list of references I have used in sources. These sources are reliable and are from librarian database, not from Google. The next I will be talking about is oral communications, which involves the ability to comprehend and speak in standard English with precise and clarity. The example I will be using is also for the same research paper, but we had to do a presentation for it. In order to do a presentation, we had to create an outline. An outline will help us lay out all our ideas and give us a structure on how we would present our presentation to our audience. I believe this is very helpful because it helped me organize and give me an idea of how I will be speaking to my audience. Even though it's not full sentences, it's just little small details that will soon turn into more detailed information. Along with the presentation, we had to include images of what we will be speaking about. The two images I chose are the brain and its different parts, and I also shown the structure of a neuron, which also showed the different areas and parts of the neurons, even gave you a zoom-in image. This really helped me by showing my audience of what I would be talking about, and it gave them a clear image in their head. without being confused. In conclusion, I have shown evidence of my knowledge to demonstrate in the following competencies: information literacy by giving proper citation ethically and legally, and shown my ability to properly cite MLA format, and also oral communication, which I've shown my outline for my presentation and how I properly gave oral presentation how I was supposed to, with images and with giving my audience knowledge. Thank you.